flourishing in your life as you love God and others. But what if flourishing doesn't describe your life right now? What if floundering or failing or even despairing is the way you would describe the way it is in your life currently? Or what if you're doing well, but you're actually engaging life on a heart level and you end up finding yourself grieving and mourning the loss and chaos that seems to exist on a daily basis? How do we walk those paths in life today? I want you to remember that we're not the first to do so, and therefore we're not alone. Psalm 102, if you'll remember, is the prayer of an afflicted man when he is faint and pours out his lament before the Lord. Affliction is a common experience in life for any human being, so grief and despair are not uncommon, and God does not shy away from the reality of it in His Word. So we're encouraged to grieve the characteristics of life or to lament them, as we learned last week in Psalm 102. But grief or lament is not the goal, nor the end of the experience of loss and devastation in our world. In fact, I'd like to turn your attention back to Psalm 102, where we find our psalmist writing these words. But you, O Lord, will sit on your throne forever. Your fame will endure to every generation. You will arise and have mercy on Jerusalem. And now is the time to pity her. Now is the time you promised to help. For your people love every stone in her walls and cherish even the dust in her streets. Now, do you see the hope of this man shining through the pain of the loss and devastation in his life? Do you see the hope in the midst of his affliction? He didn't despair, even though he grieved. Now, our world is obviously in the implosion part of its cyclical life pattern. And we are once again crashing in on ourselves at every corner of civilization. Violence continues to erupt on the streets of most of our towns and cities in our nation. War and unrest threaten the economic stability of our global community today. Ideologies are clashing at nuclear levels between the church and the campus, and throughout the nation and between generations in many families and homes. Yet while we grieve the pain and learn to lift up our lament before the Lord, there is hope. However, it's essential for us to realize that the path to that hope runs right through the valley of lament. Just think for a moment. What is hope if there is no despair, no grief, or no mourning? So don't be afraid. Learn to lament the terrible things that happen around you, to you, and through you. For He will respond to the prayer of the destitute. He will not despise their plea. God bless you, my friends. I look forward to seeing you again in a couple days. Talk about how lament not only leads through hope, but to faith. I love you all.